Hi, I'm Chris Dawson, running for Invercargill City Council, and as much as I don't like to complain about what the City Council gets up to, Tuatara Island is something that really sort of underwhelms me. So the story behind this, of course, is when we had to demolish the museum, we had to find a new home for our Tuataras, which is great, they're iconic, absolutely love the Tuatara. But we let the contract out to an outfit in Christchurch called Studio 24, who designed this. They're experts in building animal enclosures, and fair enough, we've got to look after our Tuatara, they should come first. Contract was awarded to Calder Stewart, and they built this, and we were told it was going to cost $700,000. Okay, that's all right, that's for our Tuatara, we can live with that. But then the first problem arose when it actually opened, and you couldn't see into it because of the condensation, because unlike the old Tuatarium, this one's open to the atmosphere, so you get quite a lot of condensation on the inside of the windows, so quite often you come along, you can't see in. If the sun's out, this glass is actually super highly reflective, so again, you can't see in. So then came the footpath problem, because originally this was all loose white gravel sealed with this sort of plastic squares to keep it in place. And that was all fine and dandy until you went to push a pram or a walker through it, and you couldn't. It just ploughed straight in. So council decided, well, we'll fix that after overwhelming public feedback said, hey, this sucks. And we were told not to worry, we can do it within the existing footpath budget, and it's not a $90,000 overspend, which of course it is. So brand new facility, 700 grand, and we had to turn around within 9 months and replace the footpath at 90 grand. And I was just going through some meeting agendas the other day, and I noticed we got the final costs of the museum demolition and Tuatara Island. And the 700 grand turned out to be $958,486.57. Bit of a cost overrun there. So, and I don't know if that includes the 90 grand we swiped out of the footpath budget to replace a brand new footpath, so to speak. Don't actually know. So the actual price could be over $1 million for this. And I'm sorry, but I'm just underwhelmed because, like, right here, I've had a good walk around and there's not a single Tuatara out. I can see through the glass today, but there's nothing to see. And one of the oddest things about this whole construction that really, really just makes me shake my head, what were they thinking, other than everything else, which is what were they thinking? There's a car park right there. Is there a gate and a path to get to it? No, you've got to walk all the way around to get into here. And it's like, well, what were you thinking? When someone must have got the final plans for this, they must have looked at it and gone, well, what are we thinking? What are we doing here? So we've basically spent $1 million on what I personally think is actually a bit of a lemon. And sometimes the City Council just needs to do better, because this is not $1 million well spent. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Cheers.